Do you struggle with being consistent? I think most of us do. We've struggled at different times. We stop, we start, we want to try things, and then after a while, it's easy just to give up. But today, I'm going to teach you 5 things or 5 questions that you need to ask yourself. And they'll be easy because these are questions you've asked lots of times. So number 1 is ask what? What is it that you want to be consistent in? Now, most of us could probably think of a dozen or more things that we need to be more consistent at. Maybe it's exercise, drinking water, going to bed at a reasonable time, cleaning our house, doing just various tasks. So first of all, name that thing. What is it you want to be consistent in? And I suggest you write it down, and preferably on a calendar, because we're going to use that in a second. So number 1, what? Number 2, when? When are you going to work on that thing? This is probably one of the hardest, and a lot of people don't get out of the gate because they don't pick a time. They're not specific. If you don't know when you're going to do that thing, you're likely not to. For example, maybe you say, I know I need to exercise. And you may even say, I'm going to exercise on Tuesdays. But if you don't say when, it doesn't happen. I recently started one of those Tai Chi classes that you see on the internet all the time. And I was consistent for the first week. And then I decided, you know what? I really don't like this. And I made all kinds of excuses. And I was sharing with my sister. And I said, I'm not really liking it. I even showed her some of the videos. And she said, just do it. And I was like, oh, okay. She didn't buy my excuses. She said, just stick with it and do it. That's not really what I wanted to hear. I wanted her to agree with me, but thankfully she didn't. And so I came home that evening, and even though normally you do that in the morning, I went ahead and got it done. And then I texted her and said, I did it. Pick a time. Now you may need to play with that time till you find what works best, but stick with it once you do that. Know when you're going to work on that thing. And then also write that down. The next thing is to ask how long. Now, in the case of my class, it's a predetermined time. Most of the videos are like 12 minutes, 15 maybe at the most. But decide, if you're going to walk, how long? Are you going to walk 20 minutes, a half an hour, 45 minutes? Decide how long. Because otherwise, if the phone rings, somebody interrupts you, you stop and you don't go back. But if you know that you're going to do it for a specific time, 20, 30 minutes, 10 minutes even, you're more likely to stick to that thing. So the when is important, but also how long. And by the way, don't wait till the heat of the moment to decide. It might be 90 degrees and you go, yeah, 5 minutes is all I want to walk. Know when you're going to do it, but then also how long. The next one is also very important, and that's why. Because it's going to get hard. There are going to be times you're going to say, you know what, like me and the Tai Chi, I just got bored and I didn't want to do it. Plain and simple. There are going to be times you want to throw in the towel. It's too hard. It's taking longer than you thought. You're not seeing the results. That's a big one. You need a why. Maybe it's your kids. You want to be healthy for your kids, your grandkids. My dad, who's 103, is one of my whys. If he can do it, he still gardens, he's still active, still goes to church weekly. He still interacts with all of the family, which is why he's still around. I want to be there for my grandkids. My husband is a big why. I want to travel, garden, enjoy life with him, have fun, laugh. So have a why, so there are times when you want to quit, you can remember your why and say, no, that's not going to happen. I'm going to keep going. Even though it's hard, even though I don't want to do this, I'm going to keep going. And then your last one is who. Now that might be a strange one, but a lot of times it helps to do it with someone. At least share the journey. I told both my sisters I was going to do the Tai Chi. And so I think that's why my younger sister said, keep doing it. It helps to tell someone, to be accountable, to get that encouragement so they can ask. My very first 5K that I ran, I wanted to do it. I watched my kids run one, and then I said, I want to do that. And they held me accountable. Weekly, as it got closer, they were like, how are you doing, Mom? They encouraged me. And that's the only reason that I actually did it. Finished and ran the whole thing. We need people in our lives that will encourage us, keep us accountable, and not let us quit on ourselves, because that's easy to do. When I keep it a secret, if I decide to quit, nobody knows. But if I share it with people that will encourage me, don't bother sharing it with people that be like, go ahead, quit. No, people that will hold you to the fire. Now, if you find that you're at that place, maybe you don't have that person, maybe you need that encouragement. I'm going to be starting my 12-week healthy reset, and we focus on one thing at a time. And that's the beauty of it. There's accountability, encouragement, coaching. I pray for you. And it's just a wonderful opportunity to do it with others. So if you're interested, I'm going to be opening it up again. Please comment, leave me a message. And by the way, if you like the content, want to know more about living an abundant, healthy life God's way, then please subscribe, leave a comment. And until next time, I'm Coach Maggie, Certified Health and Lifestyle Coach. As always, God bless.